So,
What's up, guys? I'm Notorious,
and I'm the cat
and this is Good Advice.
from Bad People.
So what's up, Cat? How you been?
Pretty good. How about yourself?
Been hanging in there.
That's good to hear, man. So, did you ever get your test results back on the test?
Talking about the good old Corona test.
I'm talking about the brain swab.
Yeah, mine came back negative, but unfortunately, um, I did have a family member of mine come back positive, which is kind of a bummer. But let's see, they are, well, I guess we as a total are 10 days in, I think it was, to a 14 day. So as long as they make it another 4 days without any major symptoms, everything should be good.
That's good to hear. It's not too long. 4 days is. So, what about work? They're gonna kick you out with them having it, or you? What's gonna happen there?
Now, as far as work goes, I got I'm getting a letter, I guess, basically tomorrow, um, from basically the CDC, uh, stating that I've been quarantined and that I'm to turn this into work, so that way I get paid for the 2 weeks that I will have been off.
Dang, man. CDC sticking up for you. There we go. Well, we were talking about it last night. Uh, how you were going to lose some money, but it looks like you'll be hopefully getting that back. Good
Yeah,
thing to be an essential employee.
yeah. Which is crazy because, I didn't even, wasn't even put in this situation for being an essential employee. This was just an unfortunate event of circumstances.
Well, you got anything else going on in your life besides the good old Rona?
Listen, man. So, kind of maybe have made a fatal error. Let's see, what was it? What is today? Today, Sunday, Saturday, yesterday. So, I typically work nights.
Yeah.
Um, so my sleep is a little abnormal. Well, since I've been on basically vacation,
Oh,
um,
yeah.
so I've been sleeping like a normal human being, and it's really kind of messed things up. So Saturday I had a date,
Uh oh.
yeah, and that evening hit, and I got really tired, extremely tired. I
Oh, okay.
decided I was gonna lay down, and I was gonna take a nap. Set alarms, phone's on charge. It's next to me. Supposed to get together at 6. 7:45 is when I wake up.
Uh oh.
So I jump up, I check my phone. I got a bunch of missed calls, some texts and stuff. Not only did I oversleep, but she actually came to my house and proceeded to, try to knock on the door to get somebody to answer, and nope, just wouldn't wake up, I guess.
Oh man, that feels so bad. I I hate that feeling. I bet you she was devastated. That's happened to
Oh,
me a couple times.
I heard about it. It wasn't intentional. Like I said, sleeping like a normal person has really messed with my body because I've been working nights for so long
Oh man.
that
Oh man.
I overslept. Like I slept, my alarm was still going off when I woke up.
Did you at least let her know what happened?
I mean, I tried. I don't.
Oh.
I mean, she wasn't too happy. Apparently, obviously.
I mean, who would be happy about that? I mean, seriously, man. I've been back out in the dating world, the online dating world that is, for the past couple of months or so, and man, it's a little difficult. Nobody's nobody's who they really actually seem to be. A lot of times you set up something. Man, I've been name it ghosted, stood up. People tell me they're on the way. I'm there, never show up. Show up like completely different person. I think that's called catfishing.
Yeah, that's called catfishing, most definitely.
Yeah, man. I've had the whole spectrum. It jumping back into this online dating thing, man, has been a trip. It is
It's
totally
because it
different
is
than last.
online dating. That's the problem. Like, here's the thing. You got people who are sitting behind some form of screen. Um, sorry, was reading something and drew blank. But anyways, you got some people that are sitting behind a screen, and they could be whatever they want to be. Like it's so much easier to say that you're something that you're not when you don't really ever have to meet that person unless you absolutely decide to.
Oh yeah, no. Ugh. You know, and I'm a pretty nice guy. I may be too nice for my own good, so I give basically everybody the benefit of the doubt. Damn, man, I have met some people that have changed my perspective. Back whenever I was dating, like, frick, years ago, back in like the early 2000s and the late 90s, man, totally different.
Do you think that? Oh man, big difference, huge difference. Not even comparable. Before social media was a thing, dating was so much easier. You didn't have to worry about all the bullshit.
You didn't have to worry about the bullshit, and I feel like it was more exciting, just more build up and
Well, I mean, it was
everything.
more personable.
Yeah, that's a fact. And you really made like, gosh, one thing about online dating is you never know, dude. They could be talking to like 30 different people. I've been on a date with a chick that I swear to God, she was probably talking to like 10 different guys on the date.
On the
I was
date.
like, yeah, I was like, holy crap, lady.
What's going on here right now?
Yeah, too much.
Sorry, I'm trying to. I'm
And you sent,
multitasking. My multitasking is very, very off today.
and well, I mean, you did just find out someone that you know is got corona, and you also found out the government sending you some money. And you stood somebody up. Man, you've had a hell of a
Listen, it
weekend.
was accidental. It was accidental.
Hey now, I'm just saying, dude. I bet you, if it was me, I'd be sitting there like, this son of a bitch. I bet you got called that.
I got called worse than that.
Oh,
Okay.
I'll bet so. See, that's what I need to be like whenever somebody stands me up. I need to be like, I just can't do it, dude. It's just not a mean bone in me. I can't do it. I can't tell them off. I need to just hand the phone to you and let you go crazy.
I mean, I would most definitely do that.
We're gonna have to do that. I'm gonna have to like ship my phone to you. Be like, I'm sorry about the 3-day response time.
Sorry,
This is what I got to say.
sorry it took me 3 days, but this is what I needed to say. It was just the build up to that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. You've had some pretty interesting experiences, am I not mistaken?
Yeah, I would like to start with the fact that I have learned how to pick up red flags extremely quickly. And I will tell you, I've learned the hard way, as I like to learn. So I'm going to tell you a story real quick about this wonderful date I went on. So I've been talking to this girl for a little while. We'd hung out once. I go over to her house, pick her up. We're just gonna go hang out and try. I was the first time I was ever gonna try axe throwing. The very first time. I've been wanting to try it forever, and this chick was like, I like kind of threw a couple options out. She picked axe throwing. I was like, dope, let's do this. Pick her up, hops in my little old truck, and I'm rolling on down the road. About 3 minutes into that ride, I swear to you, man, if I had something to swear on, I wish I could put my hand on it because this is a verbatim. She looks at me and she says, "So I'm a pretty manipulative person." And she's talking about herself, not about me. And I'm sitting there like, dude, I shit you not. I didn't know what this. I was, I think the correct word is flabbergasted because my mouth kind of dropped and like went sideways. And like, I was like, what? And so I'm like, okay, give me, I'm like, okay, that's nice. Can you give me some examples? Dude, she could have pulled a list out of her pocket, bro. She started wham, 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 just nailing them. I was like, damn, I need to get her out of the truck now. If I was you, what should have happened in that situation is I should have been like, squealed on over and kicked her out the truck and
Well,
been like, nah, sorry, I'm out of here. But I
listen,
am too nice of a person for that.
first off, best example she gave you off the top of your head that you can remember.
Best example
Yes. Like, what was the worst one off the
out
t-
of the out of the like 5 that she gave me like
out of
right off the bat.
out of the out of her top 5 most manipulative things that she has done, and you've only known her what, like you've just met her 5 minutes in this, right?
Like this is the like second time I'd hung out with her and like first time like we'd be hanging out in a non like friend setting.
Okay.
So I'm like picking her up. It's like me and her for like the first time alone, like in the truck. We rolling on to the date place. Like, all right, let's go do this.
Okay.
Um,
And
yeah,
then she's just like straight up like, I am manipulative, and you're like, give me some examples.
yeah,
She
because I
gives
didn't know
you
what else to
5
say.
examples. Now, out of those 5, number 1, what was the worst one?
Oh my gosh. Okay. The worst one that comes to my mind would be, and it's the reason it's the worst one is because it literally kind of made my stomach turn as she was telling me about it. And it's the one that she's put like the most. She was smiling the whole time
Oh,
she was
so she
telling me
was
about this.
happy that this was a proud
Yeah,
moment. This was a proud moment.
dude. Yeah, this was like her like I think showing off to me. I really wasn't sure. I was a little kind of freaked out for a second. Um, so she told me basically there was a person in her life, like some guy that she was friends with, and he was like gonna get married to some woman, but she didn't like that girl. So
Mhm.
she essentially befriended the female, the fiance. Like it totally alienated the entire friend group away from her, which I could totally see, hindsight being 2020, how she could have done that. Um And then about 6 to 8 months in, with after alienating the friend group, she basically like wrecked their entire relationship and like caused like total breakdown of it. And she would just like walked away from the situation. Like cool guys don't look at explosions type shit. There's like everything's on fire behind her type. Dude, she had a smile on her face. Either I was, man, I was sitting there like, damn, I should have brought like personal defense weapon because she may kill
You
me.
should have called me, and I would have been like, abort mission.
Dude, dude, I was sitting there and like the whole time I was like, we're about to go throw axes and she's probably gonna kill me. And so I was like kind of freaking out, dude. But then we got to the place and she basically didn't throw us like she threw and two axes, wouldn't throw anything else. It was the most disappointing time I could have ever had at as a first time at an axe throwing place. It was so down. It was such a downer date, dude. And then I couldn't get her out. I couldn't get her home quick enough, basically. And I hate to say that because it's just mean to say, in my opinion. But I guess it's not the honest truth, right?
Right.
She told me she was a manipulative person, and I'm like, and she didn't participate in like the activity. So it's like, dude,
Welcome to
we out,
dating in 2020.
dude. Yep. It's like sifting through the big cat litter box of like, and you're like trying to toss out the turds. You're like, oh gosh, that was a bad one. Oh gosh, that was a
Something
bad one.
about this year as a whole.
Oh, dude, I picked the wrong year to start dating, but oh well. I have had a couple good ones. Uh, and I did get. I'll save this story for another time, but I did get a good axe throwing date, and it. I will say, axe throwing is very fun. With the right person, it can be a lot of fun. Um,
As
what
long as
about
it's
you?
not a manipulative person who you are concerned might throw the axe at you while your back is turned.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Whatever you do, don't be as nice as me. Kick them out of the truck and peel off, make them tires spin. Um,
I don't
so what about
shoot. No,
you?
you know what I think we need to do now? I think we need to add her to the murder hornets, bubonic plague squirrels,
What
and then
manipulative
the manipulative axe throwing female.
manipulative axe throwing female? Okay. So now it's murder hornets, manipulative axe throwing females, and
No, just female, because it's only been one.
yeah,
And there's only
you're
one
totally right.
bubonic plague squirrel. So I mean it's
Yeah.
okay to be singular.
Okay. You know, that's a scary thought because what? First off, are all three of these in the same arena?
Yeah.
They're all three in the same arena. So what happens if the axe thrower goes down and the bubonic plague squirrel gets the axe?
Well, see, here's the thing. There's murder hornets. There's more than one. We don't know how big this swarm is. So
Oh my gosh.
they might get tactical, and who knows what could happen.
You know, I'm thinking,
I think a lot of it's going to take into effect where's the arena? Like what's the setting?
I didn't spend enough time with that woman to figure out how manipulative she is. She may be able to talk to animals, homie. Like, I'm talking, what if she just, like, makes them combine forces? This could be a dangerous thing for her.
Oof, that could be scary.
Yeah, that could be scary. That
They
could be
they
scary.
turn into one major weapon.
Like a giant robot, just, like, made of murder hornets.
A bubonic plague squirrel and a manipulative axe throwing woman. Oh, that would be. So, how would that work? Or would the bubonic plague squirrel be throwing the axe at this point since they combine forces and anything goes?
I think at that point, the most efficient way, and I'm gonna get pretty graphic here, is you tie the bubonic plague squirrel to the axe, and then you throw the bubonic plague
Whoa,
squirrel at.
whoa, whoa. PETA, we don't need
Yeah,
them. We're
yeah, I
throwing
feel that.
squirrels.
Yeah, yeah. All right, we'll use quick release zip ties. We promise.
Quick release zip ties. That is one interesting way to go about it. That is for sure.
All right,
So
so we'll add that. We'll add that
we.
to the list. But I don't think I'm making a T-shirt about the axe throwing.
Oh come on, that that could be an interesting, that good topic conversation right there.
You know, whatever we do, we're not having her on the show because by the end of the show, she'll probably own the show. It's not happening. It's not happening. Gotta
she'll
wait from
talk.
that.
She'll talk her way into it. That's sad.
Yeah, man, that's scary.
I don't know.
So,
I don't know how you dealt with that so well though. I'm gonna have to be honest with you, because like, and I know you. I've known you for a long time now. So like, I do know that you are genuinely a nice person. Um, especially when you're choosing to be. Um, but that's a little scary because if it was me, like I would have, we wouldn't even have turned the car around. She wouldn't even. I would have pulled over the side of the road and been like, "Hey, there you go.
yeah.
You got about two
Well,
blocks back that way."
yeah, and it would have been. We were only about 2 blocks away from her house before she had started telling me about this about herself. So yeah, you're right. Um,
Because didn't you? Isn't this the one that had even like, gosh, didn't she quit her job, inform you that she quit her job, and then proceeded to tell you that she'd already talked to her mom about you
yeah,
and
yeah,
said
yeah.
that you like where your place of business was. I'm not gonna mention it, but made it sound like you made
A lot of
a
money.
lot of money.
Yeah, and
And
I'm
this was
sitting
all
here.
within a course of like what, a week? Am I not mistaken?
Yeah, like week and a half or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was I was seeing that as red flags right away. That was a very interesting conversation. And I'm already starting to tiptoe, but god damn it, sorry. Damn it, I'm determined. I was determined to throw axes. I wanted to so bad, and I wanted to have a good time. It was, dude, I had been wanting to go for so bad, so long, and had been looking for somebody to go with, uh, for a while, and
That
basically,
did not sound like it was the one.
no. But I'm telling you, I did end up having a fantastic date where I was throwing axes, and that was dope.
We need to start doing the cat dating show.
Yeah,
I need to help you out because you have got.
listen,
It sounds like it's been an absolute roller coaster of.
dude, I've had good dates, bad dates, crazy dates. Dude, it's insane. I've had the gold diggers. Dude, the gold diggers are the ones that I don't even like want to get. I don't even want to touch base on, man. They say some crazy stuff.
Again, welcome to 2020, because it seems like that's just a major thing. Dating nowadays is absolutely impossible. Like,
Dude, mm-mm.
it's a
Don't do it.
disaster.
Don't do it.
I don't do it, actually. You know I don't do it.
Oh,
The few
hell.
times I attempt to do it, I fail miserably.
Well,
Obviously.
you've had a date more than just the one stand up that you had lately, haven't you?
Dude, it's been a minute, but yeah, I got, a nice way to say it. The date itself was alright. It was dinner, some great conversation, and then, I basically had to run.
Run.
Yeah.
Did she like pull a gun out on you? Demand your wallet?
She was very persistent in wanting something that
Uh
was
oh.
not wanted in return.
She was
Trying to keep it friendly a little bit, trying to keep it a little.
yeah. She was trying to get real personable on the first date.
Yes, and it's no go.
Yeah, I'm not necessarily a fan of that myself
It was
either.
very aggressive. It was very if it let me put it to you like this. Had I done that to a woman, I would have been in handcuffs.
Wearing some new bracelets to bed.
Yes. Oh yeah. It'd have been real bad real quick and I'd have been in a whole lot of trouble.
Dude, they
It was
say that it can't happen, but it happened.
it was very aggressive.
Well, luckily, she didn't, like, kill you or kidnap you, right?
Oh yeah, I'm home safe.
You're not in a hole somewhere just telling me that, right? She's
No.
not look she's not looking at you like holding the food
Listen,
plate
I'll
like
throw hands. I will throw hands. I don't care. You're not putting, ain't nobody putting me in a hole.
She's sitting up there whispering, "You tell him you're all right or you don't get no food tonight."
I'm telling you, I'm not getting put in a hole and being told rubs the lotion on the skin. It's not happening.
Oh, come on now.
No, that is dating in 2020 to a T.
Oh, dude.
Right there.
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely an interesting little thing that I've jumped myself into, this little pool.
And I've gotten
But
to bear witness to the entire thing too, which has been nice. You know, not to be the one involved in it, but to watch it from like the outside looking in.
you know what it feels like? You know, it feels like a train wreck, but it's like a long train wreck. So like when a train like derails in like the middle of a train,
Yep.
so it's like going. It's still moving. It's still got momentum, but it's just like so messed up throughout the whole thing. You got your cars bouncing off the tracks. You got the things rolling. The front of the train still going. The back end's just wherever the hell it wants to be. That's kind of what I feel like my dating life right now is like. I'm just a little confused. I don't know what's going on, and I think what I do know is this: being honest with women has been my best option so far because that's how I got out of it. You were
I,
asking how I successfully navigated that. I was very upfront and honest and I was very truthful and I was like,
yeah.
"Hey, listen.
So,
y-
quick question: where'd you get that little bit of advice and help with that?
Uh, you know, this person."
This person, man,
Nah,
tell
man.
me.
I have to give you a shout out on that for real talk. That being notorious over here gave me great dating advice just to be straight up and honest with it. And oh, got me out of that sticky situation. You know, if I wouldn't have done that, I could totally have a stalker again.
You
And that
know, I
would
could
suck.
have honestly seen that, especially since like, we discussed um basically what was the best route to go with that because it was very
I was very
it
scared.
felt very confrontational. And the fact that when you did say what you said to her about it, that and you were very nice and you're very honest, and you were just like, "Hey, listen," you were like, "Hey, I'm manipulative," and you responded with, "I really, I can't trust somebody who's just basically out wrecking people's lives for the hell of it." Um,
Yeah, that is not what I'm looking for.
she screenshot the conversation, didn't she? Like,
Yeah,
that's so weird.
that's one thing I didn't quite understand about the whole thing, but I just kind of let it slide off my back because I was like, you know what?
Yeah, because it's out the door and it's down the road, and you ain't have to worry about it. But I'm not gonna lie, that felt a little off. So that alone, that could have been a very interesting time. But
Yes, it could have. I'm just saying, I have made sure. God really hopes you didn't get my license plate number, bro. Like, oh my gosh. Homie, if I like wake up and I was like someone on my second story window looking in my window, first off, that does not fall under any kind of like legal jurisdiction where I can be defending my home or property. They are still legally allowed to do that. It's technically trespassing and I have to like demand they get off the property. So this is gonna be super awkward if she shows up. I'm gonna be like, hey, listen, you, you need to leave.
Listen, I'm gonna go ahead and tell you right now. I know where you live, okay? I know the layout of your home. If she gets on that second story window, you really need to be concerned because that's some
Bro,
skill. I'm gonna be
bro,
honest.
she was pretty athletic, man. I mean, I don't think she could make the lateral, but I'm definitely sure she could definitely like do like one of them like little hop skips
I'm
like on the
just
wall
saying.
and then like grab up and like shimmy her way up or something, dude. Now I imagine this whole scenario, it's like a downpour, there's like lightning in the background. For whatever reason, she's like super pale, although she was like not. And she's like got like black hair, just like looking
We've
like
turned your
Scream.
date into a horror movie. Like
Oh,
this is
dude.
turned straight. This is going from just a bad date into the next Netflix original movie.
Oh
Like
man. Like, and then
that's
okay, best part is power's gotta cut out, and then I'm just screaming like a little girl because like that's just what happens. You know, I'm running through the house like,
you
oh
gotta
my gosh, oh my
fall.
gosh.
You're
Yeah,
gonna have
fall
to
down the
trip.
stairs.
Yep.
I like fall down the stairs,
Break your
roll all the way
ankle.
down. Yep, right there, break the ankle. I'm crawling through the house with my broken ankle, like, oh, I've got a steak knife somewhere. For whatever reason, I don't. They're all out of the drawers. I'm like, no, I've only got spoons. You know.
So you've had some pretty decent ones though. Not too many bad ones, right?
Uh, right now, if we're actually going on I'll be honest, legit ratio, good to bad. It's definitely leaning more towards the bad dates. Definitely leaning more towards the bads. I've had a couple of really good ones. Um, it's just, you know, like I said earlier, man, it's just like a giant cat box. You're just like sifting through the shit, and then every once in a while you'll find like a piece of gold. Like, damn, that's where that diamond ring went.
So what's it like doing the whole? Cause I know some of the ways that you're going about doing it. So what is it really like going about it through the internet? Because you know that's new to you, and it's not something I fool with. So
Uh,
how has that experience been compared to like we were discussing earlier, you know, dating before social media and basically technology in general because you actually had to like meet people instead of sit behind either a phone or a computer screen and
well, that's a great question. I hope I have a good answer. But basically, how I used to date and I, how I was successful at dating and doing all of that was my personality, and I guess my looks totally changed since then because I've totally reinvented myself. We'll get to that in another episode, but my personality, I'm a really nice guy. Obviously, we've said it probably multiple times during this podcast. Just being genuine with everything, it just shines through, and I would hopefully try to find somebody that I matched with, and it happened to be pretty easy doing that because of my personality and who I am as a person. So, you know, you're out at parties, and I used to party a lot. You know, you meet a lot of people, and when you're super genuine, hopefully you attract genuine people, and that's where a lot of stuff, good stuff would happen. But with online dating, it's a little different. It's way harder for me personally to put my true thoughts, feelings, and emotions into text. Um,
what I was gonna say is it probably feels weird even trying to open up to somebody through a message. Like you're basically going off of a picture and like a few sentences that what you read on their bio or whatever, and then you kind of got to go off that. So
yeah.
even basically starting a conversation sounds difficult.
Well, so um, I actually haven't had that big of an issue starting a conversation because the girls that I like, on these dating websites. I'm not necessarily looking for looks, although looks are a benefit, to anybody.
I mean, let's be honest. We're human beings, and
Yeah,
it matters a little bit to everybody. I
yeah.
don't really care what
I'm
anybody
not
says.
I'm not gonna like someone if I find them unattractive. But the very first thing that I'm looking for, besides like, do they even have a profile? That if you don't have a profile, I'm not liking it. That's just like straight up what it boils down to. I try to put a lot of time and effort into mine. Although believe it kind of sucks. I think it gets better every time I try to revise it. I look for the profiles where their stuff stands out. I want to see like, hey, you're not a perfect person. Hey, this and that. Like you like to do this, like common interest, like one. And I don't want to get too specific, but some of the most recent profiles of the girls that I've matched with and stuff. Some of them been into video gaming. Some of them have been into hiking. One of them was into horseback riding and archery while horseback riding, and I've been having like really good conversations. That's kind of how I start my conversations out. I like mention something that they're interested in or we have a mutual interest in, and I just try to go from there. I try to treat them like a human, like I would in person, like have an
Well, I mean,
actual
I would hope that
conversation.
you try to treat them like a human. I mean, what else would you try to treat them like? A robot? An
I don't know,
alien?
man. I've seen some of like, oh dude, some of the younger age demographic, I will say, their responses, because I try to have a very good conversation with everyone and I do my best to make sure the conversation's not dry and there's something to go off of because it makes it easy and more comfortable. Um, Man, the younger demographic, it's like talking to a wall. I swear.
Listen, it's different. Like, so there's age frame groups, and each one, the conversation is totally different in each group, and
Yeah.
you could see it, and it's so wild.
Oh, dude. I was the 20-year-old to 23-year-old age demographic. I'm not too interested in really talking to them because everyone I've talked to has been like kind of like talking to a doornail. I don't really get any mental stimulation out of it. I don't know if you know how I'm feeling there, but
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
yeah, yeah, definitely though.
I can't say that there's some of the smartest people, anyways.
I met a couple that stood out, but then I
You
started
know how I
thinking,
feel about that age group. They're the ones out there throwing all the parties during COVID, not wearing
oh,
masks and spreading it. So I mean, that's that age group right there for you people.
yeah, yeah, that's it's a little intense. I don't know. Right now, I'd say if you're doing, because there's like so many websites out there for online dating, and it is such a just like literally like huge kind of. I'm gonna use a very specific term here, clusterfuck. Um, it's a that's called a CF for short. But basically, like, dude, Facebook's got dating, like, Match.com, like all those other big name things, like they've all got like their little dating shenanigans going on. And what it really boils down to is half the people on there are either just looking to hook up, and half the other people on there are like looking for a relationship, but I'd say about 80% of them have their standards totally lopsided in the wrong direction. They're
Well,
either,
that
yeah,
sounds about right.
yeah. I'm talking either their standards are so high that you have to be like Jake Gyllenhaal at his prime, surrounded by like Ferraris and crap for them to even consider you. Or their standards are so low that you don't want to touch them with a 25-foot pole because you're afraid that that thing is radioactive.
Listen, man, I'm not trying to go to the health department every time you meet somebody because that just sounds like a horrible time.
Dude, dude, I don't even want to go. I don't even want to hang out with those kind of people because it's like,
That's what I'm saying.
how many people have you slept with in the last 24 hours?
Just
6? Okay,
looking,
cool.
just looking at them, you run the risk of catching something.
Yeah, man. Don't want to use the toilet after one of them. That's for sure.
It's a bad time right there.
Oh man. Oh yeah. No, I'm sitting here thinking every time I'm like flipping through those little profiles, man. I'm sitting here thinking, oh, she looks like a really nice person. Like she'd be like really good in a conversation or this and that. I like scroll down or something. I like see like just like they say some like totally off the wall asinine type stuff, and I'm like, oh my gosh, you must like sniff paint for a living or something. Jesus, you know. Some of these profiles get absolutely absurd. I need to pick out next time we have a show. I'm gonna pick out the best ones, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna mess around with it because man, I've seen stuff where it'll be like Cash App. Like they started off with their Cash App, man. They just want money. They'll just be like, if you don't want to give me cash, I'm out. It's like, all right, thanks for being honest. And the worst part is, those are usually the ugly ones too.
I was gonna say something and I totally forgot what I was gonna say now.
Well, you know what, man? Maybe you're the one sniffing paint.
No. Go screw yourself, buddy.
Amen.
Um, what was it? His. I was listening to your long-winded rant. Now I can't remember what I was gonna say. Um. Oh yeah, I remember now. So I do know that you had an experience of a co-worker and an involvement. Now, what is your real? How do you really feel about that? Like, do you think that that's something that is a good idea? Because me personally, I'll tell you that I 100% could not work with somebody that I was in a relationship with. Because I'm gonna be honest with you, I need my time. Like, and especially if later in the future that relationship grows into like living together and then you work together and then you're around each other 24/7. I'm sorry, but nobody ever really wants that.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree with you on that at this point. Definitely work-related relationship, not good. Definitely messes with dynamic. People can get a hot head. People can get butthurt. People just totally lose respect for each other. It's just not a good thing all in all. And I'll tell you right away, I regret any effort or time or anything I did spend doing with that because I'm lucky to have gotten out of that situation completely unscathed, and I'm just going to keep my head on high and rolling on through that one until the horses come home at the end of the night. You know, that person in particular, I don't even have to deal with it. I'm very happy.
Yeah, I know that situation. Well, I mean, I hate to say that I'm right. I absolutely hate saying it. I hate being like, I told you so, but I told you so.
Oh yeah, yeah, you told me, but I like to listen
Oh.
and learn the hard way still.
You do like to learn the hard way.
Hey
That
man, it imprints it on my mind.
that is that is a fact.
Yeah,
So
I've
so
got.
so you're in agreement that dating in the workplace is just shit idea.
Yeah, definitely. Dating in the workplace is probably one of the worst business decisions, career decisions you could ever probably make. Um, and I'm just a very lucky man to not have had it bite me in the butt.
See, I think I'm just living in the wrong time frame. I should have been born like way before I was born.
What are we thinking?
Uh, I don't know. Let's see. 30s, 40s.
30s or 40s.
Yeah. Which would have put me long dead by now, hopefully, because I wouldn't have to deal with this shit.
Yeah, okay, 30s, 40s, but in what era? Like where?
What do you mean, like where?
Like where? Are we talking like in like Britain? You talking like 30s or 40s America? Like where are you going? Where are you trying to be placed?
That's a good question. That's something I'll have to think about.
Yeah, I mean, you see, I'm thinking you could be in a lot of different. Man, you could be in Australia in the 40s in Australia.
I mean, you're right.
Japan.
You're right.
I mean, why not get real crazy and just put yourself right there in Germany?
Mm, no, I'm good on all that. I'm more like, I was more thinking probably in America and more of just being born. So that way, by now, I would be old and I would be dead probably. No, yes, I would be dead.
Oh yeah, you'd be dead at that point in time.
So I have gotten confirmation
Yeah.
that working with somebody and living with somebody that yes, and this even came from the opposite sex that it has been confirmed that it would be death. Somebody would die.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, dude. Like, can you imagine? First off, like, dude. First, I feel bad for whoever lives with me because I talk
Same.
so much. I talk so much.
But not just that, but like imagine trying to put up with like you or me on a daily basis alone. Like, come on. That's not an easy task. Let's be honest. We're some pretty complicated people.
Yeah, but I mean, we're not. It's not. It wouldn't be that bad. I've seen worse. I've seen worse.
Oh, yeah. I've seen worse too. Do believe.
Oh, dude. I mean, at the very least, whoever has to put up with me every day is probably gonna get cookies because I eat cookies like still on the daily. Uh, like I'm talking like a dozen cookies a day, people. We got a
Listen, man,
problem over
I'm gonna
here.
tell you, if you're gonna keep taking these dates out on these expensive dates, I need to know where to sign up because I'm in. Like, like I know how it's been going down. I know what you've been doing.
Oh yeah, yeah. No, man. Like when I take a
Now you're throwing cookies and stuff in too. Like,
dude. I'm just saying, whoever's with me gets probably cookies on the daily, probably chocolate milk on the daily. Because how you gonna have cookies without chocolate milk? Fight me in the comments if you think otherwise. Um, yeah, but I mean, and like just like all that lovey-dovey stuff. But for real talk, them expensive dates, probably gonna have to calm down on it, homie, because I think it is putting a bad impression out as a first date or second date even. Um, I don't want them to think like, hey, it's Mr. Moneybags,
I've
because
done
that's
been
like,
trying to tell you that.
yeah, definitely try to take it. I need to take it back to hopefully find a little bit more wholesome type girl that will be willing to go on like those cutesy kind of dates, the like easy, cool ones, or you spend more time and it doesn't cost like
It's not
$150.
always about how much you spend.
Yeah, yeah, like the quality time you can spend, and then it's like at the same time that's weeding out the trash, right? Because if they're not looking for what I'm looking for, then it's like, hey, listen, you can hit the curb and I'm moving on.
Yeah, no, I understand. I
Yeah.
like how you say the good old lovey-dovey stuff. I don't,
Yeah. I mean, dude, like, like I don't know. Okay, first off, I just got into astrological astronomy and like all the little signs and stuff. I'm a Taurus, which the only reason I even got into it is because somebody was like, "Dude, this is totally you. You need to read this." Totally, I read it. 100% me. Can't even be any more accurate. And yeah, so like, if you look up like what a Taurus's love language is, guys, that's totally me, straight to a T, and everything. And words of affirmation. Everybody should do this. Everybody should Google it right now what their love language is, so you can actually figure out like what makes you tick, because that has totally changed who I'm looking for and how I value how I talk to and treated. It makes me quickly and um just like understand the kind of person that I am, what I'm looking for, and it definitely, I'm telling you. You tell me every day that you like me or whatever. I'm you man, I'm swooning. I'm swooning. You give me those words of affirmation and I'm swooning. That's what it boils down to me.
it's so crazy how much like we're so alike in so many ways, but yet at the same time, me and you are so different because the whole like lovey-dovey thing, that's just, I don't know, man. I don't do it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's just not weird when it comes to affection.
Oh man.
If
See,
I'm being honest.
we could never be together. That's why. We would never be together. If you can't
Damn.
handle the lovey dovey, it's not gonna happen, homie.
Yeah, like the lovey-dovey just, I don't know. It just, sometimes it's just too much.
I can
Like,
see that.
I struggle, like I really do. I struggle with too much affection. It becomes very overwhelming to me. Is the only way that I can really explain it.
Now I could totally understand that, and I have been told that before. So I see where you're coming from. I can totally see that.
Some people just don't. I think some people just don't know how to deal with it, and I think maybe some of it has to do with like the affection maybe you received as a kid. Because if you didn't receive a lot growing up, it's not normal. You know what I'm saying? So like somebody being over affectionate towards you is it's off. Just doesn't
Yeah,
feel right.
you make a very valid point, but that I feel like that doesn't mean that it. Uh, I guess I'm the person that gives out the love. I like to give out the love, and I wish I could receive it, but I never.
Well, man,
It's
it'll
like that whole
happen.
lot
Don't
privilege.
say never.
Yeah.
It'll
Hey now,
happen.
hey now, hey now.
It's
Like,
just
But
nowadays it's kind of shitty to try to have to deal with. I mean, honestly.
dude, dude, we were talking about this earlier today. Actually, what would just I'm just talking. w- I'm putting out in the classifieds. I'm just looking for a cuddle buddy at this point.
What
I'm
was
just
it I
looking
said?
for a cuddle buddy.
A companion. How did I word it? I
I
worded it.
think you said female companion that you don't have to hang out with every day.
Yeah, but I worded it a little bit better than that because that kind of sounds shitty. If I'm being honest.
Was it a female
I'm
companion?
usually a little bit better about my wording.
Yeah, and I'm usually a little bit worse with mine, so that makes sense right there. That totally makes sense.
But I know what you're saying. I was like, yeah, you know, 'cause I have been feeling lonely. So like, I said something in the sense of like, I just need somebody that I can hang out with, you know, every once in a while. But I said it somehow. I don't remember exactly how I said it. But you know what I'm talking about, and I get what you're saying, but you can't go to the classifieds because if you go to the classifieds, if you start putting ads in the
Oh,
paper,
dude, you're gonna get
we're
some
gonna,
weirdos.
man, I'm telling you, if you're gonna start putting ads in the paper, what I've got, my next suggestion is just let me take you to your nearest city, and I'm just gonna throw you on the corner, because at least,
No,
listen, just listen. At least at this point, I'll be getting paid for the work you're putting in.
dude, I'm not even looking for sex at that point. I'm
Yeah,
just
but I know you're
looking
not
to
looking for that.
cuddle.
I know you're not even looking for that now. I'm just saying, if you're going to the point of you're putting in, ads in the paper, we might as well just kick it up to the next level so at least somebody's making something out of this.
Are you trying to pimp me out for cuddles right now?
Listen, any way to make a quick buck.
Okay, first off, I'm not
Anybody
sure
in the
I'm in
comment
with this.
section, we can discuss prices for cuddles with the cat.
Oh no. Listen, I'm not quite fluffy, but I've been working out every other day for like 2.5 months, people. We getting there.
No, but I mean, I'm always trying to make a quick buck, and if putting you in some like skinny jeans and throwing you on the street corner and telling you to like, you know, work that thing will make me a little bit of money on the side. Times are tough right now.
Hey, I've been doing my squats. Fuck those skinny jeans and we putting shorts on there.
All right, well, show some leg then.
I'll be showing some leg. It may be a little hairy, but we're gonna get some custom.
Oh no, we're gonna go get you waxed. Yeah,
No.
I'm at least gonna invest in my product.
Oh gosh. Well, oh no. I don't know how I feel about this now, man.
Oh yeah.
I think I want to back out. I
Oh
don't know.
no.
I'd like
We're
to call my
going
family.
we're going Brazilian wax and all. We're getting you
No, 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 no,
from
no.
top to bottom.
Next, I'm just happy you didn't say bleaching of the asshole.
Oh, I hadn't gotten to that yet.
That's a legit thing.
I know.
Huh?
Oh, I know it is. That's what I'm saying. I just hadn't gotten to
No.
that yet. Yes, we're going all the whole. And listen, if we get it done where I live, I can get it done way cheaper. So let's get
Oh,
you out
I'm
here.
sure. Oh, I'm sure you get down real cheap for big old Bubba. Probably do it for a dime piece. Gosh, you're no, that's too much. I'm not doing it. Not waxing the legs. Not waxing the arms. Too scary.
You can keep the arm hair.
Oh, keep the arm hair.
You can keep not the pit hair though. The pit hair's got to go, but
Oh.
yeah, the arm hair that can stay. We're gonna have to get rid of the beard. No, no,
Oh,
no, 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 we're not.
no.
No, we're not. No, 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 no. We're keeping the beard.
Do I have to grow my hair back out?
No,
Oh,
no.
okay, so I can keep the. But
We're,
then I'm not the triple B anymore. I'm not bald, bearded, and buff-ish.
no, you'll just be bald, bearded, and beautiful, cause you'll be like,
You said I gotta lose the beard.
No, I said you're keeping the beard.
Oh, thank God.
I changed my mind. We got to keep the beard.
As long as the beard stays, I think I'm in. I think I'm in. Now, percentage cut. I'm looking to make at least 60%.
No, you're getting like 5.
5. Why
Yeah.
5?
Because I'm investing. That don't you know that's how and when you invest in something, that's how it works. Like I'm putting down all the collateral, which is my money to get you where we need to get you, so that way I can put you on the corner. And don't you know, I don't make me use my pimp hand.
Oh no! I'm gonna have to get out of this car while we're stopped here. I'll talk to you
There's no
later.
getting out now. You keep your ass in this car.
Oh gosh, no! Oh man, no! That sounds like the beginning of a bad movie. That sounds like the beginning of a bad movie, dude. Oh man, I see it right now. This is how I do it. I've got like a little cardboard sign, kind of like a homeless person. but it's like probably got like it's like a white cardboard, so it's a little bit nice, clean, and it's just gonna say, "We'll cuddle for money," and with a winky, smiling face on it, and then I'll just be sitting out there with my ass popped out to the side, with my hairy arms waving in the wind.
And on that note, I think I think we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up for the night with that right there. That image instilled in all of your all's minds to go to sleep on tonight. So do us a favor, if you enjoyed this, subscribe, turn on the notifications, and give us a like. We greatly appreciate it. Everybody have a good night, and we'll catch you next time.